Today we face possibly the toughest game of the season so far in the Vanarama National League semi-final. The question is, who are we going to play? We need to find out first. Hello and welcome to episode 41 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you the Vanarama National League playoff semi-final, but we don't yet know who we are going to play. The semi-finals set up like this. York City are playing Barnet, Solihull Moors are playing Halifax Town, and that's all come about because the table finished like this. Chesterfield champions with 108 points. Bradford City was second on 98, which means they go straight through to the semi-final. We were third on 90 points on goal difference ahead of Solihull Moors. So we will we go through to the semi-final automatically, and both Bradford City and ourselves get a home tie in that one. But so it means that the other four play off to get to that semi-final. Solihull Moors playing Halifax Town. York City playing Barnet. Solihull Moors, because they finished fourth, get advantage over Halifax. York get an advantage over Barnet because for the same reason. So that is how it is, and as I say, potentially our toughest game of the season. Before we go and have a look and see who we are going to play in that semi-final of the Vanarama National League, don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far, and you can follow everything that's going on this channel by following me on X, formerly known as Twitter, and it's at JustOffsideFM. So that's how you do it. We're going to actually see the highlights of the game against Solihull and Halifax Town. I thought you perhaps would want to see that and see how and who they got through. If you think that is good or not, then let me know. Because I'm just trying it out. So, as I say, you can let us know down in the comments whether that's a good part of the programming, or whether in future you don't really want to see the things, you just want to find out who's got through and take it that way. Well, let me know what you want to do. Before we move on, let's just have a quick look and see the two teams that are featuring in today's semi-final. Solihull Moors. We have played them twice this season, drew with them 1-1 on both occasions, both at the Bob Lucas earlier in the season. Danny Butterworth getting a goal after 71 for Solihull Moors. We equalised through Elliot Bolton on 81, and it was a 1-1 draw. And then we went to their place, and Mark Beck scoring the equaliser 2 minutes after Mika Peters had given us a lead, which we hoped would see us through. 78 minutes and 80 minutes, always a tight affair against Solihull Moors, and if they get through to the semi-final, I'm sure it will be another case of very close. And then Halifax Town, we've played them 3 times, played them in a friendly at the start of this season, but last season. It was a 2-2 draw at the Bob Lucas on that occasion. Brendan Goodship and James McShane getting the goals. Ali and Galvin. Was that before our time? I can't remember. It might have been our first season here, to be fair. We did beat them at the Bob Lucas in the National League earlier in the season. Cameron Cooper getting 2. Kieran Evans, the other one. Thierry and Nevers, getting one of the 2 goals. Spencer Spurway, an own goal after 63. But we managed to squeeze that one 3-2. But then when we played them recently, back in February at the Shea, we lost 2-1. Mika Peters giving us the lead again on 23. but it was Kobe Moore and Lewis Walker, 76 and 79 minutes, that broke our hearts on that one and gave us a loss. So we've won one and lost one in the league this season, drawn both against Solihull Moors. So it's not either way. I think we can probably say it's not going to be easy. Right, without any more to do, let's go and have a look at or find out the team that we are going to play in the semi-final by going and having a look at the semi-final itself. Solihull Moors, and we can actually do it this way, I think, if I can work out how to do it. Solihull Moors and Halifax Town. That's who you're going to play. They play on Wednesday. York City and Barnet playing on Thursday. We'll give you the result of that in due course. But let's go and see who we will play with the highlights from the game between Solihull Moors and Halifax Town. And here we are, the playoff quarter-final, as it were, round one. Solihull Moors and Halifax Town. Who will we get to play in the semi-final? Let's go and find out. This is the Solihull Moors team playing a 4-3-3. They've won 4 of their last 5, lost the other one. Halifax Town 1-3, lost 2. They're also playing a 4-3-3 today. "17 minutes on the clock, and it's Solihull Moors on the attack. And, pretty even Stevens up until now. Newton out there. Sabara. Hume has a long shot from distance. It's gone wide. The goalkeeper must have got a hand to it. It's gone for a corner. It's going to be a short one. McGee to take it. And he's played it to Butterworth. Butterworth finds Hume. Back to McGee. McGee stayed on side, but he's missed the far post. 24 on the clock now. Feely with a throw in to Ellis. Back to Feely. Feely comes forward. He's got Subhara in there. Butterworth. And it's cut out by McMahon for Halifax Town. Miles. Cook. And Halifax looking for a way through. They are into Solihull Moors half. Vivas throw, and it's Kobe Moore. His 7th goal of the season, and they take the lead after 26 minutes, and Solihull Moors go behind. The crowd very quiet. Been undone. Question whether he was offside or not when this ball was played. I think he's being played on by this player here, Hume. Just keeping him onside. Armin with a throw-in for Halifax Town. Forward to Kobe Moore. It's crossed. Latula only gets a hand to it. It's come back off the post. Goodness me. He didn't punch that away with great conviction, did he? 39 minutes on the clock. Moore crosses it in, and he's punched it straight to Cook. Half-time's arrived, and Solihull Moors suffering an injury to Butterworth after 40 minutes. Presume they made a change. They've had 7 shots, 4 on target, 0.72 and 49% of the possession. Halifax Town have had 6 shots, 2 on target, 1.16 and 51% possession. Reasonably even Stevens, apart from the fact that Halifax have just been that wee bit more clinical. A couple of changes. Butterworth has been replaced by Kelly, and Cargill has also come on in place of Sabara. 48 on the clock, and it's Halifax again looking for a way through. Senior pumps that one forward. Newton will tidy up. Back to Latula. and they can build from the back. But Hume gives that ball away, and McMahon is in. He just needs to cross this into the area, and it's Kobe Moore again. Easy peasy, and his 8th goal of the season. Halifax is 2nd on the night, and Solihull Moors are looking likely to go out at the first round. Certainly a mistake for that last goal. Feely to McGee. Feely be looking to try and get back on terms as quickly as they can. Beck, give that ball away, and it's Kobe Moore again. Probably a man, if they get through, we need to be keeping an ultra keen eye on. And that ball won. That's a bit more like it for Solihull Moors. Feely, what's Feely going to do with this? Can Feely get it in? He can get it inside to Ellis. Ellis is into the area. And McGee takes it off his feet, and they've come away with it. And a confirmation of some more changes for you. Mark Beck has come on for James Kroll on 50 minutes. And also changes for Halifax Town. Adam Senior and Connor Thomas have come on for Terence Miles and Florent Hottie. Lewis Walker. And Florent Hottie has been replaced by Jack Evans. That's all the changes made. Solihull Moors gone up to 2 up top now to try and get this back, but they're not going to do it that way. 72 on the clock. Johnson in the Halifax Town goal to Senior. Cook. Vivas. Cook. Wriggling away from the defender. Crosses it, but Ellis cuts that out. Beck is there. What's he going to do? Kelly, who's come on. Kelly, he's got the attention of 2 and lost the ball. Squeezed him out in the end. Hume has gone forward, and Moore is on it again. Moore on a hat-trick, of course, and he's missed this time. But in fact, I think Latula got a hand to it, put it wide for a corner. Of the Solihull Moors change, and that one headed over the top. It remains 2-0. A lovely ball from Lasula to Moore. Moore puts it wide. 92 on the clock in the 3rd minute of 4 added on, and Solihull Moors not going to get back into this. Halifax have gone to a flat back 3 to nullify any attack from Solihull Moors. Rue to Hume. Ellis finds a Rue to Kelly. Kelly to Ellis. Ellis comes forward. Ellis goes out wide to McGee. It's crossed in. Kelly back. Beck puts it away. His 5th goal of the season. It does count, and they've got one back. Could this be a miraculous draw? Never looked on the cards that they were going to score. Beck heads that back into Kelly. Kelly pops it away. We'll see it again. Question whether he was offside or not. He's onside at that minute that Kelly heads it back. And it was too little too late for Solihull Moors. A 2-1 loss in the end. 1-0 at half-time, and they went further behind early in that second half, 50 minutes, in fact. But it's pretty even Stevens. In fact, Solihull Moors have 14 shots, 7 of which were on target. Goalkeeper Sam Johnson doing a good job in the Halifax Town goal to keep them out. 1.88 on the XG, 47% of the possession. Halifax Town having 11 shots, 4 on target. Just a bit more clinical with their finishing. 2.04, 53% of the possession. Kobe Moore getting a player of the match. 1 key pass, 1 clear-cut chance created, 2 goals. He had an 8.8, and it is Halifax Town we will be playing in the semi-final. I'll hand you back to Future Mark. So we will face Halifax Town in the Vanarama National League playoff semi-final. We will be without Liam Vincent. He's suspended. He's got too many yellow cards. Mika Peters is also out with a torn thigh muscle. They are without Thierry Nevers. He's got a hamstring strain. So that game coming up in due course. In fact, we're there already. But just ahead of that, let's have a quick look and see how the other game panned out. And there we are, Halifax Town, the National League playoff semi-final. We faced them at the Bob Lucas. We are without Liam Vincent, who is suspended as he's picked up too many yellow cards. But at least he's not missing for the final, if that's how we end up. Mika Peters still out with a torn thigh muscle, still out for about 4 months. We might just see him at the start of next season if we're lucky. And Thierry Neves is out for Halifax Town with a torn hamstring strain. So let's have a quick look and see how the other semi-final played out, if we can. And here we are. Here's how the other one panned out. York City beating Barnet by 3-1. Foul after 6 minutes, giving York an early lead. Barnet did equalise in the second half, just after the hour mark on 62. But Charlie Kendall getting 2 in 5 minutes, 71 and 76 minutes for York City to make it a resounding 3-1 win, and they are through to the next round. So the next round of games, we play Halifax Town in our semi-final, and then Bradford City, who finished second, will play York City, and Bradford City losing out in the final last season to Accrington Stanley, losing out to Accrington. So if they get through to the final this year, they won't want to end up losing at the same point as they did last year. That is for sure. So they'll be fighting tooth and nail. They've got to get past York City first, though. And you would like to think that they have advantage over York from there. Let's just have a quick look and see if we can find out. They played them in the season. York City... in fact, they played them last game of the season. Would you believe it? Unbelievable, isn't it? They did knock out in the semi-final last season Hartlepool. They're playing them in the FA Trophy final this year, which is quite interesting. I think York played them in the FA Trophy final last season. Oh, no, it was Southend. Beg your pardon. It was Southend that played in that semi-final. So, yeah, they've played them. They've lost to them. Or 2-1 on the final day of the season. We don't want to watch. We don't want to see the match. No. Just bear with me a minute. Yeah, go back. And how did they get on against them earlier in the season? Can we find out? York City beat them 5-2 at the Bradford City Stadium. It was at York that they lost it, University of Bradford Stadium. They beat them 5-2 on that occasion. So, yeah, you would like to think that given that York was probably towards the end of the season, nearly had nothing to play for. And when you think about it, they'd not only previously lost back in January against Bromley. So, yeah. I think it's a fairly good chance that they will come through that one, but we will see in due course. Right, let's not mess around with it anymore. We're going to have extended highlights of the game against Halifax Town in this one. We'll go through and have a look at the team that will face Halifax Town. And here is the team that faces Halifax Town in this Vanarama National League playoff semi-final. Armstrong in goal, Linton, Healy, Spurway and Prescott in defence. Wadham, Stanton and Bolton in midfield. Casey is sat behind Melvin Lambert and Cooper up front. Ben Blythe, Sonny Davis, Tom Solanke, Joe Knight and Kieran Evans make up the bench. The question is, can we go on to the final at Wembley and possibly stand a chance of actually having our second promotion in 2 seasons? And here we are back at the Bob Lucas. They have made 7 changes to their side. We've lost one of our last 5. Last game of the season. Or last but one game of the season. They're playing a 4-3-3. And we get underway. Cooper getting us underway for this semi-final. And he's caught in the tackle and loses the ball. Bolton coming back and tidying up. Spurway. Prescott running down that wing. Coming back to support. Armstrong. Armstrong out to Prescott. Prescott. Can Prescott do Prescott things? No, he gives the ball away. And they come forward. But Prescott wins that ball. Cooper on it like a flash. He's got Casey inside him. Casey and Melvin Lambert was on a run, but nobody spotted him. Healy. Healy over the top. Stanton. Wadham. Healy. Over the top. Melvin Lambert. He's headed in. Oh, and 15th goal of the season. And inside the first 2 minutes with the first highlight, we take a lead. Exactly what the doctor ordered. But we've got to stay there now. Wadham. They've got nothing to lose, of course. Nice ball. And he headed that beyond Kovacic. Question of whether he was offside or not. Oh, he just managed to keep himself on, I think. Prescott with a throw in to Casey. Back to Prescott. Prescott loses control of it. Oh! And a save. Melvin Lambert nearly got a second. And a save from Kovacic. Pushing it wide. It's going to be a short corner. Linton. Who's he got over there? Casey. Casey crosses the ball in, looking for Bolton, but it's gone back out. Linton pumps it in, but Kovacic comes out and collects. Well, this was nearly a 2-goal lead inside the first 8 minutes. Poor ball, and not sure what was going on. 23 minutes on the clock, and Prescott throws into Cooper. Spurway. Wadham. Healy. Spurway. Has Prescott here. Made Prescott come back for it, though, which was a bit off. Prescott. Can Prescott do Prescott things? It looks awfully like it. It's crossed it deep for Melvin Lambert, but Melvin Lambert couldn't get above it and bring it down. And half-time has arrived. And we've been okay in that first half. We've had 58% of the possession against their 42. We've 4 shots, 2 of which have been on target. 0.34. They have had 2 shots, nothing on target to date. 0.05. I don't expect that to stay like that. So we're going to have to be on our mettle to keep them out. But half-time, we are a goal to the good. A goal from Melvin Lambert after just 2 minutes. After a superb pass from Willie Healy. And Halifax Town get us underway for the second half. They've made 3 changes at half-time to try and combat us. And we've got to be careful not to let them get back into this game quickly in this second half. Moving the ball around nicely as it stands at the minute. Golden with the ball through to Kobe Moore. And that's... Oh, Prescott I thought was going to cut that out, man. Comes forward. Crosses it in the box, but Bolton clears, but only as far as Golden. Evans gone out wide to Kenlock. It's taken a deflection. It's gone for a corner. Good block, though, by... I'm not sure if it was Stanton or Prescott. It was Prescott, actually, that got the block in. Golden with a corner on that far side. Swung in. Ooh, and Armstrong saves it. It was going in. Strong arms. Kenlock. Swung deep. Cleared by Healy. And it's still alive. More. But it's gone over the top this time. Linton with the corner. It's going to be a short one. To Casey. Casey finds Melvin Lambert. Melvin Lambert is a shot from Wadham. But it's over the top. 57 on the clock. And they have a throw in. Golden to Blackman. Harker, he's surely offside. He's put it away. And he was offside. Golden with a free kick. 59 on the clock now. And they've been a bit more prevalent. Contained them in the first half. They've been a bit more in this second half. A second goal would give us a little bit of a cushion. We need to win the ball back first. Cooper. It's gone out wide, but Linton is there and cuts it out. Melvin Lambert brings it down. Now, can we build something here? Wadham, Stanton, Melvin Lambert through to Casey. Casey's on his own. What's he going to do? He's lost the ball. But Healy heads it back down. Linton. Chance goes begging. Casey was almost like, what do I do with this? He did have Cooper inside him. Could have just flicked it to Cooper, would have been all right. But the defender, Golden, did a fantastic job, to be fair. And with 70 minutes on the clock, we're going to just make one change for now. We've taken off Dan Casey and we've brought on Kieran Evans. And Kieran Evans, he's okay as an advanced playmaker. Just give it a little bit more in that. And Kieran Evans, as we know, can do Kieran Evans things. We have a corner. It's going to be a conventional corner. Kieran Evans to take it. Crosses it in. Oh, it's in the back of the net. Spencer Spurway's 8th goal of the season. And on 75 minutes, we have a 2-goal lead. And we have 1 foot in the final of the playoffs. Oh, Kovacic couldn't keep it out. And with 82 minutes on the clock, making one further change, we have taken off Elliot Bolton and brought on Tom Solanke. And with 87 minutes on the clock, making our final change, we have taken off Jack Wadham, who's had not a bad game. Joe Knight coming on for him. They are all our changes with just 3 minutes of normal time and whatever added time coming up. We have that 2-goal cushion still. Kovacic with a goal kick or a free kick, one of the two. 3rd minute of 5 added on. Stanton cuts that ball out. Knight, who's come on. Knight from distance. He's over the top though. Armstrong with a goal kick. Out to Linton. Linton brings it down very nicely. Linton, couldn't keep control of the ball though. And they could come back at us. Kobe Moore, we haven't seen too much of him and he's been poor. Linton. Spurway, that was lucky. Nearly give that away. Stanton, who took over over Linton's position. Kovacic, nearly out of his area, had to do something special with that. And did. Oh, Knight's stolen the ball. Knight going forward now. Can he get this ball into the area? No. He's cut it back. Linton, though, is there. Linton's going to have a go. Just wide of the post. It's all over. We are through to the final of the playoffs. The National League playoff final. Melvin Lambert getting a Player of the Match award. 2 key passes. 1 clear-cut chance created and a goal. He's done very well today. And it's been a reasonable team performance. They weren't really in it. No green markers for them. They had 7 shots, 1 on target, 0.23, 44% of the possession. We dominated possession pretty much throughout. We had 10 shots, only 3 of them on target, but we did convert 0.96 on the XG, 56% of the possession. Who will we play? That's the next question. And we will be playing Bradford in the final at Wembley. They have beaten York City by 3-0. Patterson after 21. Gibson after 62, Onkunwo after 65, 3-0 win against York City, and that's who we will be playing. And past meetings against them, we've lost twice this season, only by a 1-0. But let's make it 3rd time lucky in the final at Wembley. That would be very, very nice, to say the least. All right. Well, that is the end of the episode. We are going to come back for one final game this season. Let's hope it is promotion to League Two. And we'll go professional then, I'm sure, full time, which would be rather nice. And who knows what we could bring in the summer if we manage to pull that off. And I hope you will join me for that one in the next episode. It's going to be a cracker. Please make sure that you join me. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Bottom to the Top and our other series, Irons in the Fire, as they are released. New episodes of Bottom to the Top released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 42. It's out on Tuesday. It is the playoff final at Wembley. Join me for that one. See you then. Have yourselves a good weekend in the meantime. Bye-bye.